Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Hi everybody, my name is Alicia. In this lesson, I'm going to talk about how to say thank you in English. I'm also going to talk about some responses that you can use if someone says thank you to you. So let's get started by looking at some expressions to say thank you in English. First, let's begin with the most basic expression, thank you. So thank you is easy to remember, it's polite, and you can use it in basically any situation. You can use it at work, with your friends, whatever. Slightly more casual is thanks, thanks. So thanks is good to use with friends or for small favors. You cannot say thanks you, however. You can use thank you or thanks. Some other things we do with the expression thank you are we add these two words to the end of it. We use thank you very or thank you so much. Thank you very much or thank you so much. One thing we do when we use so is we often make the O sound really long. Thank you so much. So that can help us show our appreciation in a more kind of casual and friendly way. The difference between so and very here is that so sounds more casual. I would use so with my friends and thank you very much in a work situation or some situation where I want to sound a little more polite. So thank you so much or thank you very much. Those sound great. You can use them anytime. Let's look at the next three then. The next three here I've marked as thank you expressions you can use when you want to say thank you for a specific action, when you want to use a verb, thank you for doing some verb, or when you want to use a specific noun. So this one, this thank you, there's nothing specific. In this expression, or in these three expressions, we want to share something specific. So these patterns are thank you for something something ing. So thank you for helping me, for example. Or thank you for cleaning the house. Thank you for studying with me, for example. So in this pattern, I'm using the ing, the progressive form of the verb. You can change this, thank you for the gift, thank you for the present, thank you for your time, for example. So you can use a verb, as I've done here, or a noun phrase. This one is similar. Many thanks for something. So again, we can use this same ing form of a verb, or we can use a noun phrase. This sounds a little bit more polite than this expression. Many thanks for the meeting yesterday. Many thanks for helping me with the files I needed to put together. So this one sounds a little bit more formal. I tend to use this one at the beginning of a work email, like many thanks for the information or many thanks for the files. I like to use this in work emails. If you want to make it even more formal, you can try this one. I greatly appreciate your time, or I greatly appreciate you attending our conference this year. I greatly appreciate all the work you did for the event. So I greatly appreciate sounds really formal, or when you really, really want to communicate strong thanks to someone. I greatly appreciate. I greatly appreciate. So you can choose a verb or a noun to use here. Okay, so as I said, this one is rather formal. We can use an expression like this when we're working in an organization. So I mentioned in this case you might use it for a work situation. This next one is similar. We express our sincere appreciation for something. So we express this we means our company, our team, our organization. We express, so express means share or say in some way, communicate. Our sincere, so this is sincerely at the end of an email, truly, honestly, genuinely. We express our sincere appreciation, our gratitude, for this thing you did. So here we see for, which means we can follow this same pattern actually. You can remove this. We express our sincere appreciation. That's fine. That becomes kind of a general thank you. But if you want to make it specific, you can add this for and follow the same pattern we talked about for these phrases. So we express our sincere appreciation for your support, for example. That's kind of a very company or organization specific sentence or expression of gratitude. We express our sincere appreciation for your donation, for example. So I feel perhaps this one might use noun phrases more than verbs, not always, but perhaps more noun phrases here. So yes, this is good for formal situations, especially in organizations, because we use this we here. Of course, you can change these so that you use we or he or she, like we greatly appreciate is fine to use as well. Just depends on your situation. Anyway, let's continue on to the next expression, which is thank you kindly for. So you'll notice that this is very similar to these, like thank you or thank you for. The difference here is we have this kindly. So we're including kindly, which shows I feel like kind of this gratitude and I want to express that I have kind feelings for you. Thank you kindly for something. So it's a nice and also kind of polite expression, actually. So you might think, oh, this sounds friendly, but this is something we use more in work emails. I would not use this with a friend, actually. This would sound too polite to use with a friend. So this is good in work situations, like thank you kindly for the email, thank you kindly for the files, thank you kindly for meeting with me this afternoon. So it sounds formal, and it's when you want to express that kind of kind feeling as well. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one is thank you for your understanding. This is a set phrase, so we don't change this part. This thank you for your understanding. This remains the same always. So thank you for your understanding. This is a polite expression. We use it for changes and for inconveniences. So let's say, for example, you receive a letter in the mail and it's from like your mobile phone company, for example, and they say there's a change to your contract. Thank you for your understanding. So it's kind of sharing like some kind of information, and this expression shows like we appreciate in advance that you understand the situation. So it's like we're going to make this change, so thank you. Thank you for maybe not getting angry, or thank you for just understanding the situation, really. So this is a formal expression used for like changes to things, and you'll also see it, like I said, for inconveniences. For example, at like a construction site, if there's lots of noise or if it's really dirty and dusty, there might be a sign that says, you know, construction in progress, which means we're working now, we're building something now. Thank you for your understanding. So we appreciate your understanding of the situation. So it's kind of like an apology and thank you at the same time. So this is a set phrase. You can use this in your organization, in your company, but this is one that's too formal to use with friends. I would not use this with friends. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I really appreciate it. So I have I and really in parentheses here because we can drop these from the sentence and make a very casual, this is a very casual way to express thanks. So by that I mean, among friends, we'll often just say appreciate it, or just appreciated as well. If you want to make a full sentence, you can say, I appreciate it, or I really appreciate it. Those are great too. You will hear native speakers just drop it though. Appreciate it. So it sounds friendly, it sounds like you really express your thanks, and it's just kind of a quick expression that you can use. So this is good for your coworkers and colleagues. You can use this with friends as well. It won't sound too polite. So this is great. Perhaps a little bit more polite than just thank you. So you can use it with friends, like if your friend has done you kind of an interesting favor, for example. Okay, let's go on to the last one. The last one is actually two, but this is kind of casual, friendly and perhaps unique to certain people. So some people might choose to use these, some people might not. Anyway, the expressions are thanks a bunch and thanks a million. Thanks a million. I'm a person who sometimes uses thanks a bunch. So a bunch means a lot of something. It's like saying thanks a lot, but thanks a bunch, which is a casual word, is less formal. It's very it's very casual, something we would use with friends. I would use this if my friend did something small that helped me. Thanks a bunch. You might get the feeling that it's used by people who have kind of like an upbeat personality, perhaps. I feel that this tends to be used more among women, actually, too. Thanks a million, on the other hand, is one that I don't hear as often as thanks a bunch. So again, a million is a big number. We do not say thanks 100 or thanks 1,000 or thanks a trillion. We only say thanks a million. So again, this means thank you very much, really, but it's a casual, friendly way of saying it. So like I said, I tend to hear a bunch more, and it tends to be used more for women, though it's okay for men to use as well. So thanks a bunch, thanks a million. Those are good ones to use with your friends if you like. So to conclude then, how do you respond when someone says thank you? So I made a big list of some very common responses for thank you. So most of these we use, and they don't actually mean anything other than like agreement. So at the top here is maybe my favorite, sure. So if someone says thank you, I say sure, or I say sure thing, sure thing. This is like, it's a sure thing. So it's kind of like saying it's real, it's true, it's genuine. Sure thing. This is another common one that's very casual, very friendly. Many people like to use one of these. No problem, no problem. Or no prob, no prob. So prob is just the short version. The lem has been cut off of problem. So no prob is quite casual, more casual than no problem. So these are all okay to use at work with your friends, with your family members. I would not use them in a formal situation though. Continuing, you bet. You bet. Again, another one, it's like saying no problem. Not a problem for me. Of course I will help you, or of course, no problem. Yep is like a casual way of saying yes. Yep, yep, instead of yes. So yes sounds actually a little too polite. We don't use yes so much. We might say yep instead. Another one, no sweat. No sweat is kind of cute. No sweat means like there's no reason for you to sweat. So we sweat maybe when we get, of course, warm, but when we feel nervous or upset or anxious about something. So no sweat means like don't worry about it. It's not a problem. No sweat. So this one's quite friendly as well. Another one, for sure. This is similar to sure. So for sure is another very positive, upbeat, quick way to say a response to thank you. This one is very common in work situations. And this is important. I've made this part in capital letters, the U here, because the emphasis on your response here is important. If someone says, thank you, and you say, no, thank you, it's like showing that both parties, both people did something that helps the other person. So for example, if someone comes to set up the camera for this shoot and I say, thank you, they might say, no, thank you, because I'm going to make something with what they've set up. So we're helping each other. So we can use an expression like this, no, thank you. So your intonation matters here. Okay, another one is of course, of course. So it's like saying, of course I would help you, of course I want to help you, or like it was no problem for me. We have a good relationship. That's the feeling here. I have included this, you're welcome, on the list, but this is not used that often. It's correct to say if someone says, thank you, you're welcome. You can use this. It's less friendly, I feel, than the other ones. You're welcome, you're welcome. You can use this if you don't know the other person, or if it's like a stranger, you might use this. Like a stranger holds the door open for you, and you say, thank you. that person might say, "You're welcome." So this one is less familiar. So you can use this, but again, perhaps something that's a little bit closer, like in terms of relationship would be good. Finally, not at all is like no problem, no problem. So if someone says thank you, you can say not at all. It's like, it means like it was no trouble for me. It was no problem for me. So we can use all of these to respond to thank yous. In most cases, you can apply them to any of these situations. Like thank you. If someone says thank you, sure thing. Yep, no sweat. You can use all of them if you want, and you can combine them. But generally, just choose one, that's fine, and try to use a mix of these to respond. Keep in mind, though, that if someone uses a more formal expression, like I greatly appreciate your help, or we express our sincere appreciation for, your response should be kind of matching in that formality level. So we express our sincere appreciation for your support. If you see that, then you might use for example, we really appreciate the opportunity to work with you. So something like that, where you kind of return the same expression, might be better than just using a casual expression like these for conversations. So you can kind of feel that as you maybe level up your ways to say thank you. But in general, these are some pretty good responses for you to start with. Okay, so I'm going to end there. I hope that that was helpful for you. If you have any questions or comments, or have some different ways to say thank you, there are many, or some different responses, there are many, please let us know in the comment section of this video. Of course, if you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel if you have not already, and check us out at EnglishClass101.com for some other things that can help you with your English studies. Thanks very much for watching this lesson, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.